friends, welcome back to another video. Probably seen that everyone's doing their mid-year freakout, mid-year book tag. I don't actually know the name of it, the proper name, but I know that there is a bunch of videos out there where everyone makes their mid-year book tag. It's basically a bunch of questions. We're halfway through the year. Actually, we're a little over halfway through the year at this point, but I'm still getting this video out, okay? It might be a little late. We're still in July. Pat myself on the back for that one. We're still in July. The first question that we're gonna do is the best book you've read this year. So I'm gonna pick a couple of books because I feel like a little weird only picking one book, because I feel like there's a couple that I could talk about. The first book that we are going to talk about is obviously Caraval. This book is one of the books that I'm pretty sure I've talked about before in one of my videos, saying that I wish that I had read it when I was younger, because I feel like I would have enjoyed it more in my teenage years because it is YA. However, I still had a great time with it, okay? I still had fun reading this book, but I didn't trust anybody. I didn't even trust the main character, okay? I felt like she could have been in on all of this. She wasn't. The second book I unfortunately do not have because I've lent it out to a friend to read, but that is The Raven Boys. I feel like I could talk for days about this book. I'm also mad that I didn't know about it until recently, and it's been like literally sitting on my shelf. That's the thing. This book has been sitting on my shelf for years, and I'm beating myself up for not picking it sooner. But I loved it. If you've not read this book, you need to. I feel like this has been my favorite read so far this year, and I will continuously, if I come in contact with anybody that goes, oh yeah, I like YA, oh I like paranormal, oh I like mythology, I'm gonna put this book in their face, okay? I'm gonna talk about it in any way, shape, or form. Number 2, the best sequel you've read so far. Here's the thing. One of my biggest flaws that I think I really need to work on, either from now until the end of the year, I've not really read any sequels. Crazy, I know. I don't know why. I only read the first book in a series and then just, I can't really say much about this one, so this is a skip for me. But I promise I will stop only reading the first book in series and actually finish them, because I seem to be piling up series that I've only read the first book of, which is wild, by the way. Wild. Anyways, number 3. It says new releases you haven't read but want to. One being The Night of the Moth by Rachel Gillick. I devoured her first duology. She is an author that I'm like an automatic buy for. Here's the reason why I haven't read it yet. It's because the second book's not out. When I read One Dark Window, Two Twisted Crowns was already out at that point. I didn't have to wait long for the second one, and I wanted to hurry up and read the second one. So in my mind, because I know I'm gonna love her book, right? I know I'm gonna love it. I want to wait until the second one comes out so I can binge them, right? I need to binge them. The next one that I have is The Rose Bargain. It's like Selection, but with Fae. And I thought the selection was great. I also love Fae. Who doesn't love Fae, right? This one I'm definitely excited about. If I had to pick another one, A Curse Carved in Bone. This is the second book in a Fate Inked in Blood. I absolutely loved the first book. Anything that has to do with any sort of mythology, count me in. The first book ended on a cliffhanger. I know. Why aren't you picking up the second one? I don't know, because I have a problem with finishing series. Because my problem is I don't want them to end. Then I'm no longer in that world. My mental doesn't make sense. I know. But I'm super excited about this because this is the final book in the series. Those are 3 books that I'm excited about. I have a list on paper because I don't want to use my phone. Most anticipated release for the second half of 2025. I'm going to have to use my phone for this because I don't actually remember the names of the books. First one would be The Library at Hellbore by Cassandra Caw. I think that's how you say her name. This one is a dark academia novel, perfect for fans of A Deadly Education and the Atlas 6 who are hungry for something a little more diabolical. That one just sounded really interesting to me, and also high stakes. Maybe thriller-esque? Well, it's horror, fantasy, dark academia, paranormal, dark. The second one was gonna be Cleopatra, but they changed the date to be released in 2026. This is my second book. It's called Alchemized by Sin Lin Yu. This is for anyone that's on AO3 or fanfic, or if anyone's ever read fanfic. Manacled got taken off of AO3 because it was going to be come out as officially published. Manacled was so good, so good. So I'm excited to see how they change it up, and actually have a copy of this would be nice. So definitely another one I'm excited about. Also, another one by R.F. Kuang is Calabasas. I feel like a lot of people are talking about this one. Basically, 2 students travel the 9 realms of hell to help save their professor's soul. That's about all I know about it, but it's R.F. Kuang, so she's like an automatic buy. Have I finished Poppy War? No, but I'm getting to it, okay? I'm getting to it. The first book kind of broke me, okay? Number 5, biggest disappointments. You're gonna love this. This is my first one. I gave this 2 stars. I have nothing against Ali Hazelwood. I actually really like her work, okay? I love her books. I have like a crap ton of her books. However, this one really disappointed me. I don't know why. It just was not what I wanted. I will admit this is my first werewolf type-esque book. I love vampires. Don't get me wrong, I love vampires, okay? But something about the whole book. The whole book just didn't give me anything. Nothing. So this was a big disappointment. The second one is Stalking Jack the Ripper. This was a DNF for me. And I was excited about this book. This book seemed like right up my alley. It had gore, it had the dark, the fact that you were dealing with serial killer. The whole premise of this book sounded fantastic, right? I was so pumped to get into this. But tell me why it took forever to even get anywhere. I DNF'd it. I didn't even finish it, okay? It was not doing anything for me. The third one, and this one is probably one of my biggest disappointments. I had an ARC read to Tenderly I Am Devoured. I was so excited about this. The premise was a little confusing at first because I was like, there was a lot in the premise. Dark academia, gods selling her soul, being dragged down to the gods world while trying to like survive. When I tell you I read this entire book and was so lost and confused the entire time, I'm not lying. I wouldn't lie to you, okay? Why would I lie to you? This book is a major just why. Why are we here? And in the midst of this, there was a love triangle between the 3 main people, and it was weird. I felt like I'd wasted my time reading the book to not really get much of anything. I was not satisfied at the end of reading it. We'll just say that. This next one. Biggest surprise. Ooh, am I excited to talk about this? Half a Soul by Olivia Atwater. When I tell you, I went into this blind. Obviously, I go into most of my books blind, but I went into this blind. I had no idea what it was about, but I rented it from the library. Obviously, you've seen that I bought it, a physical copy, because it was that good. The story is very well written. I enjoyed it. I liked the like slow bits of it, the fast bits of it, the characters themselves, the trials that they went through. It was just so interesting, and the ending was sweet. The next one, Flowers Near Me. This was my first Persephone and Hades sort of retelling. It's definitely a slow romance because she doesn't like him, but he would do anything for her to see her succeed. He literally wants to worship the ground she steps on. I also like the fact that it was a yearning type of love. Romance authors, if you're watching this for fun, if you decided somehow came across my channel and you're watching this, bring back yearning. Bring it back. I love yearning. And yearning done right. This book blew it out of the water. New favorite author, Brandon Sanderson. It's really good. I will say his books are a little big worded for me and literally coming to break my heart. Olivia Atwater, Stephanie Garber, and then Maggie Stiefvater? I don't know exactly how you say her last name. She's the one that wrote The Raven Boys. Like I said, I've not really read that many books this year. Newest fictional crush. Let me tell you something. I don't have one. I'm gonna be honest, I don't have any fictional crushes. I know that's strange to say, but me personally, I don't have any fictional crushes. None of them have really been like, oh my gosh, if he was a man, he would be mine. Newest favorite character. Ooh, I would have to say, Sazed. And you're probably wondering, Mariah, who the heck is that? He is one of the characters in the Mistborn series. He's by far one of my favorite characters. Love him. He's hilarious. Me and him, we'd be best of friends. A book that made you cry. I'm gonna be honest. I've not read any that have made me cry. What if, like fiction? Can I say like fictional crying? Like if it had hit me harder, I would have cried, or like real, actual sobbing crying. This book made me cry. Even though it says funny story on it, it made me cry. I teared up a little bit. There was a scene in here that made me cry a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. It felt relatable in the sense that she was just being so emotionally mature. I cried. I teared up a little bit, okay? There was a couple of scenes that made me cry. And they were also crying. The next one is a book that made you happy. The Time I Got Drunk and Saved a Demon. This book was so much fun. I literally was cackling with this book, okay? I was having so much fun. For a romance fantasy, it was very good. I had a great time with it. It was making me laugh the entire time. Well worth reading and buying. I literally read it in like a day. Okay. Next one is most beautiful book you've gotten this year. I think this is the prettiest I've got, and that is Four Ruined Realms, and it's because of the spine. Let me show you the first one, which is a book series I've not read yet, but Five Broken Blades. Look at how pretty that is. And they go, like, they literally, if you get close enough, they like connect. And there's supposed to be a third book that I think is supposed to be blue, or maybe like a mixture of these. I don't actually know yet. But this is by far the prettiest book I've got. I don't know if the cover has... Oh, I didn't even see the end. Ah! This is a real live reaction because I've not taken the covers off. Wait a sec, are they both? Oh my gosh! Wait a second. Wait a damn minute. Wait a damn minute. Are you telling me that this has been under here? I'm yelling at myself. I'm yelling, screaming, crying, throwing up. I didn't actually... I got sidetracked by the spine. That's all I seen, okay? This is the first book, right? Wait. It gets better, okay? You open it up. It says, let the best liar win. Look at that. And then, this is the second book, right? Shut up. Shut up. But then, doesn't have any words on it, but I don't care. Look at how beautiful that is. This just goes to show I need to open my books up more. So, this is the prettiest book I own. Who was gonna tell me? No one. No one was. Y'all were gonna just let me go on like nothing even happened. Now I wanna read this series. And then last but certainly not least, books you need to read by the end of this year. Okay, I'm gonna make this quick. I'm gonna try and do this without dropping anything. The Love Hypothesis, Annihilation, An Ember in the Ashes, Twilight, Shadow and Bone, Crooked Kingdom, A Man Called Ove, A Sorcerer Comes to Call. Those are the books that I'd like to get read by the end of the year, at least. That's all that's left on this list. We're done. We are done with the list. I hope you had fun. I know that I have so many more books to read. My goal is 40 books. But my hope is to read more than that. Maybe next year will be different. I don't know. We're just going with the flow right now. But I hope you guys enjoyed. As always, if you guys enjoyed my videos, please make sure to like, subscribe, share, comment, do all those things, All of my socials are linked in the bio if you want to see more of me. But until next time, friends, bye!